Hi there, and thank you for tuning in on this demo version of Verbis for Experience Cloud. My name is Mozier, and I will be your demo host. In today's demo, we will watch how Verbis work with multilingual content on Experience Cloud. In the use case, we're going to set up and use Salesforce CMS, nowadays called Digital Experience, is not being the main source of where the content is coming from. So the content is actually coming from another CMS system and it's fed into Experience Cloud. Therefore, I will show a demo now of how you can translate and localize your content immediately in the Experience Cloud Builder. So let's get to it. For the demo purpose, I will start inside the Experience Cloud. And I will start off by navigating myself to the Experience Cloud Builder. Inside this view, you have already your site in what we call the main language. This could be the complete site, including images, tabs, and everything else around it. When all your site is built up and done, you then go to Settings and Languages of the actual Experience Cloud. Here's where you will define which languages you want to translate to in the next step of the translation process. When the languages are selected, then you export your content, select all languages, and choose a name for it. The best practice would be to have the same name as the actual website name. From here, you press Export and a file will be downloaded to your computer. Now we switch to our view, which is the application Verbis. The first thing we will do inside Verbis is to start a new translation project. Therefore, we press on New. When you do that, a new pop-up window will appear where Verbis will ask you where from Salesforce you want to bring your content from. Since Verbis works across all Salesforce clouds, you will have all the options that is connected to your Verbis connector license. For this scenario, we choose Import from Experience Cloud. From here, you decide on our project name, a translation template, and choose your main language. Also, you add a description if needed and add a target deadline. And finally, you upload the XML file that we downloaded from an Experience Builder page. The target deadline will help you administrate and remind all your project collaborators, such as translators. Now, when you have configured your translation project, Verbis starts with the machine translation in the background. This can take a couple of seconds depending on how many languages you're translating to and how much content you have. But you can at all times also see the progress of the machine translation in the log to the left. Meanwhile, you can see the tab Main Content and ensure that you actually chose the correct file version. When the machine translation has been completed, which you see inside your log to the left, you can now switch to the tab called Versions. Here you will see your translations for each specific language. If you're working with translators, you can build your own workflow with automatic work orders. So when you have your list of different versions, either you or your translator can easily open up their version and start proofreading the content. When they or you open each version, they have machine translated content to the left side and main content to the right side. From here, if an edit needs to be done, then they can do it immediately in the rich text editor below. Also, links, images, and videos can be localized here and changed as well. The machine translation will always take your company's translation memory into account when translating. A translation memory is a dictionary that is specifically tailored for your company. These are words, phrases, terminologies that you usually don't want to be translated or have a specific translation for them. If you or the translator find an error, they or you can easily press Command plus E in Mac or Control plus E in Windows in order to get the translation memory as a pop-up for defining a new rule. In this scenario, we want to change the word, the new training, and make sure that it never gets translated again. After you or your translator have proofread the content, then it needs to be submitted for approval. Here you can build your own approval flows. In this demo session, we have decided that when all translators and language versions are approved, I, as a project manager, will be informed. When all languages are approved and ready, Verbis will create the output file in XML, which you shall download. You can now move over to the Experience Cloud Builder again and go to the settings where you previously exported the XML file. Once again, we press on the button Language, but this time we import translation instead of export. In this scenario, we see that 733 properties were imported. You press Got it and refresh your page. What happens now is that in the right corner, you will be able to see all your language versions and visualize them throughout your Experience Cloud. This is how you translate and localize all your sites from Salesforce Experience Builder. So, don't forget that Verbis works across all Salesforce Cloud and can be configured exactly as your needs. So if you need a specific demo or a trial in order to try to see if this workflow works for your company, don't hesitate to reach out to us and we will make sure to set up a proper trial or demo for you. Thank you for listening in to this demo session.